What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the fifth album by American rock band Fall Out Boy. Basically, this product is called Save Rock and Roll, and it came out in the spring of 2013. So the fair about this product here is just the factoid that basically Fall Out Boy had taken a number of years off after Folie et Deux, after Folie et Deux, after particularly their hit album from 2008, Folie et Deux, as far as this pitch can happen, which particularly that came out in late 2008, so it wasn't as full-bound much of a gap. It was kind of pitch. It was at least a little over 4 years pitch. Like that wasn't quite 5 or 5.5, but it's a little bit over 4 years. And I want to say they put out like a greatest hits album on top of that, somewhere in between the gap of between 2009 and 2012 within some of those pitches. But some excellent type ordeals. They did do some stuff pitches like that. Fall Out Boy also did have a mixtape. Fall Out Boy also did have a mixtape pitch like that, so they had some good type ordeals. But particularly, this is a pretty classic type album with the pitch. You get what you know and love from Fall Out Boy on here, pitches like that. Has some taste of Folie et Deux on here, pitches like that. A little bit of Infinity on High from 2007 as well, kind of pitches like that. Doesn't have like the typical kind of summer romps like Sugar We're Going Down and pitches like that from like 2005. But other than that, it's a definitely pretty neo-contemporary type album. Definitely has some blistering kind of pop rock. And the thing about Fall Out Boy that they were starting to capitalize on in like the mid-late 2000s, from like 2007 forward, was just the pitch of getting like some punk type songs with like a pop type edge, where a lot of these, at least usually like the first couple singles that they would drop from their albums from 2007 forward, would usually hit like the Billboard 100 in terms of like the mainstream type appeal. So these are some ones when you think of songs like Thanks for the Memories and Thanks for the Memories and I Don't Care. And I want to say that there was another particular one from Infinity on High. I'm going to look that up. Like, I think it was This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race. Yeah, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms. Yeah, particularly This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race is a pretty big deal around those times as well. So pitches like that. But the unfortunate thing about it was the cap off to where they particularly went. Now, luckily they did not lose like their particular spark. It's not to say like it was a doubt like that would have happened. It's just kind of pitch as far as saying usually when a band kind of takes 4 or so years off within those pitches, they kind of lose their sweet spot. But it just continues the gap as if this album came out in 2010 or 2011. Pitches like that. Some excellent type ordeals. Just good crested, like some album type fair pitches like that. A lot of these have some pretty commercial bound type. At least the lead single, particularly My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, Light 'Em Up, was a pretty banner type one that just feels like vintage kind of Fall Out Boy, at least from like the Dance and This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race, and Thanks for the Memories and I Don't Care type days, pitches like that. So some banner type appeal. It more or less is kind of pop punk more so than pop rock is full bound. I mean, it kind of has traces of pop rock on here, but it's definitely pretty club oriented, pitches like that, and just the overall socialized, standard kind of dance venues and just dance floor type ones. Obviously, you can listen to this in school settings as well, pitches like that. It's kind of aspect where typical kind of dance rumbles would kind of be within pitches, whether it's ballroom or just places of that nature within the fair. Traditional kind of mingle of like classic Fall Out Boy with a lot of those songs that were played throughout the 2000s, pitches like that. So it has the ordeal. Some bar hops and restaurant scene is on here as well within pitches like that, so it just has the good product of some of these type fairs within it. Some makeshift type songs within pitches. This did get to the 4 singles, has some excellent aspects. It's just kind of the fair as far as saying it's just a blistering type album within a pitch that just particularly carries further hits for Fall Out Boy as far as those first albums. So I look after within the aspect, yeah, particularly the lead single of this product was like a top 15 single in the Billboard 100s. That they did not struggle as much full bound compared to some of the slag that kind of, it seemed like particularly kind of happened more or less as things got more EDM oriented and kind of electronica and EDM type oriented throughout the early 2010s, pitches like that. It's a good type product that continued like this, the rock type appeal in an emo type sense. This is kind of another album, kind of like the 2007 and 2008 albums by Fall Out Boy that was trying to make emo kind of commercial, and it kind of did that within those pitches. By this point in 2013, that had definitely kind of happened. It's kind of the pitch of just picking up where they left off as far as those ordeals going to happen. It's easy kind of complex staples that connected real well. So it's good pitches like that. Just to say, I recommend all 11 of the songs that are songs of this album. So 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. It's another banging type one. It's been a little bit since I touched base with Fall Out Boy. I wanted to get to this one. It's pretty much, apart from their mixtape and their greatest hits album, I reviewed everything by Fall Out Boy up to this point in 2013, with the exception of their first album from 2003, which I am going to get to. Some fairs like that was kind of within the pitch, but particularly the lead single, My Songs, Know What You Did in the Dark, Light 'Em Up, is a nice one. It's like a nice dance rumble to get here, just similar to like the 2007 Thanks for the Memory as far as those fairs going to happen. Very banner with like the appeal, like the melodies and just the overall vocals on the song, including the hook pitch like that. It's a notable type one, definitely a good 2010s type staple. When you think of pop rock pitch like that, it's definitely one that crossed over. Usually within those aspects, some of these type fairs, when you think of certain folks, like when you think of Limp Bizkit, for example, or to like certain extents kind of Korn within certain type senses, some of these type ones, usually when you think of like Korn and Linkin Park, is kind of more in like the early 2000s pitch like that. Some of those type ones, this 2000s bands, kind of certain ones more or less had some degree of grafting problems throughout getting to like the 2010s first like that. I mean, they did have the hits on like the rock charts, but when you think of ones like Kryptonite and This Ain't a Race, you think of songs like Kryptonite and This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race, pitches like that, some of those 2000s type staples. Other ones like within those nature, some of those type ones. Some other 2000s kind of staples, trying to think of some of those. Speed of Sound by Coldplay, some of those type pitches within formats. This kind of aspects as far as saying this is one of those type ones that brought back to like the bravado of that particular fair. So section type pitch. Classic 2010 staple for Fall Out Boy as far as this pitch can happen. The Phoenix is nice on here as well. Now the rest of these singles charted, a couple of these charted on like the Billboard 100, but they did pretty well with like the general aspect of just like the furor that they got to. So it's good pitches like that. The Phoenix is like a good auditorium and ballroom mingle to kind of get here. This classic 2000s kind of Fallout, I'd say, within pitches like that. It's good for like punch bowls and red cups as far as those pitches can happen. Whether it probably be more punch bowl within more of like a healthy type sense for more young and type fair pitches like that, but kind of more amidst the aspect of red cup type fair, the further along kind of gets within the product. Is definitely some of these type ones just have the complex shake your ass on the dance floor pitches like that, just get towards the product, like the typical type spices, like the product of it. These first two singles restore like Fall Out Boy's strengths that they had just throughout the 2000s decade, definitely with plenty of their albums like From Under the Cork Tree and Infinity on High and Full A Do as far as those pitch can have. So good aspects is continuing that, so they don't miss a beat on here as far as these pitch can have. Just typical type ones for his legs and Dance Rumble. Alone Together is a nice third single. It's a good makeshift type ones, like a quality midday kind of makeshift to get, just some emo kind of blase to kind of have here, just a peppy kind of stretcher. It's one of those type ones for just some sun period pitches like that, but just kind of miss the aspect where it's not quite as malaise and just fatigued as far as those aspects kind of go. Just kind of miss the aspect of maybe having some things going on, but just kind of a brief spell, just appreciating like the weather and the sight as far as those pitches can happen. Some good kind of traverse smokes, let's say, pitches like that, just smoke like a swisher in the whip, some of those type of ordeals, and the product of it, just some air and dean on top of that as far as those pairs going to go. It's kind of an emo, typical type one, not so much full. This is one that's different from like the standard socialized, but just to miss the product of like the day fair pitches like that, just like a Target run or things like that, picking up like some bagels, good pitches like that, going by some of these type pitches, just extra type fair, Panera Bread, some of these type aspects, getting like a good soft drink, something like that. Starbucks even in like the winter, some of those type pitches, good product. Another one that's typical out of Fall Out Boy and folks like Panic at the Disco's playbook would be Young Volcanoes, the fourth single. It's definitely like some good restaurant scene kind of frolic to get, and outdoor kind of appetizers, I'd say, pitches like that. Just having like some wing, having like some chips and salsa outside pitches like that. It's kind of a pop grab to kind of get here within these pitches. Good, nice Radio 1 pitches like that. It's good Gallivant type song and some chat. Good, nice block and square kind of Gallivant pitches like that. I'd say just an overall chat type song just for like the fair, just healthy kind of socials pitches like that. Dismiss the ordeal, like Wednesday, Thursday type product. Doesn't have to be a little bit lighter for like Friday, Saturday, and in certain cases kind of Thursday type fare, but definitely like maybe Tuesday evening on like a better day, Wednesday and Thursday type fare, definitely within those pitches. Good product for that. Just very similar to Panic at the Disco. Very similar to certain senses like Good Charlotte, some of those type ones with a pitch behind it. Standard kind of emo flip, just a little bit further out in 2013 pitches like that. Good type fare. Yeah, I particularly recommend all 11 songs, so 10 out of 10 here. Just a banging type 1, just prime Fall Out Boy within the pitch. Like I said, they didn't miss a beat, so it's just good type product. They were just as inspired as they were and just had extra bounties of songs to be able to continue the fair as far as the blitziness kind of goes. Save Rock and Roll is a nice one. This is Elton John on here, which is excellent type pitches. Just like a Save Rock and Roll is like an excellent kind of rainy but motivating kind of weekday ballad to get here. Just real prime pitches like that. Just feels like something that probably could have came out in the 70s or 80s. Is contemporary to like the 2010s. Pitches like that. Some good type airs. The banner type one, I'd say, definitely has some radio appeal. It's a new lick for Fall Out Boy. I'd definitely say here just an overall hot type one. So it's good type pitch. Good type pitch. Trendy pitch like that. Just really has the really has the aspect like some good radio. Really has the aspect of some good catchiness, pitches like that. Another one that goes with a couple of these first couple singles like the Phoenix and My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. That goes along with songs like the Phoenix and My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, Light 'Em Up would be Where Did the Party Go. It's like a good boom boom clap to get here. Just a spicy kind of 2008 Fall Out Boy pitch like that. Sounds like fares like Full A Duck. Like Full A Do pitches like that. It's kind of a dance floor mingle to get. Good song to sip something to, pitches like that. This banging type ones, just the spice of some of these type ones, just further dance club heat within some of these type aspects and this dance room pitches like that. The Mighty Fall with Big Sean is real nice on here. It's like amidst like the evening scene, spices I'd say within the product, just getting turned definitely I'd say here, just a fiery kind of date night and socialize as far as these first kind of so just to miss the pitch. Some of these switch between the fair of just like more commotion, just more kind of venue type noise to go in within the pitch and just grab them like a good plate of mozzarella sticks and just the Thursday and Friday scene pitches like that. So some good type ordeals, just kind of chillax a bit, just in like the nightlife and after hours products as far as what's supposed to happen. It's good, nice when Big Sean fits this song as far as these pitches gonna go. Just one yesterday is nice on here as well. This reminds like an early 2010s kind of Adele and Florence and the Machines, some pitches like that. It's like some good Brit kind of makeshift, I'd say here, just kind of a white collar type songs. So definitely those pitches when you think of Set Fire to the Rain and you think of songs by Adele like Rolling in the Deep and Set Fire to the Rain, some of those type pitches within product, and some Florence and the Machine from 2010, 2011, the early 2010s pitches like that, just some of that standard type fare. Definitely within that sort of particular variety as that trend was starting to kick off. Folks like Lorde and Florence and the Machine and definitely Adele, even though she wasn't as super commonplace. I mean, she just dropped a couple projects pretty much throughout that whole decade, but just to pitch some of that affluence that those particular banner artists kind of had. Some good type pitches. Kind of a new fit for Fall Out Boy like the particular Save Rock and Roll song. It's another new fit for Fall Out Boy, just like Save Rock and Roll, the title track as far as what's supposed to happen, but these are some excellent type pitches to get some new flavors, just them being able to pull off different vibes with pitches like that. Just it fits them pretty well within these pitches, just some Brit makeshift good fares. Rat-a-tat is nice on here that says Courtney Love's good type pitch, kind of a good snag as far as what's supposed to happen. She wasn't Courtney Love wasn't as commonplace around in the early 2010s pitches like that, but it's like a rest. Rat-a-tat's definitely like some restaurant kind of white noise and fiery kind of turn up to get here. Just good stock kind of ambience, I'd say, and mingle definitely within the pitch. It's kind of a smoky type one. Definitely for romantic kind of social night pitches like that within those ordeals as far as the aspect's going to go. Definitely, it's definitely a quick night. There's definitely some quick times on here, pitches like that, but definitely a good, nice one to catch like a stray. Some pitches like that, some catch like some extra vibes in the pitches, just like the aspect, just like the fury. Really mingling with like some bartenders or like Standard Bay who's going out with you, pitch like that as far as these ordeals kind of happen. So just to miss the fair, like the spicy kind of past Wednesday, between Wednesday and Saturday type of appeal, pitch like that within these ordeals, but just good quality product of miss like Wingstop type places, pitches like that, definitely getting some good dining kind of grub pitches like that within those ordeals. Good stock quality pitches like that. Death Valley is nice on here as well. It's a nice one, nice song title as well. It's like a later shift kind of commerce and dusk radios kind of get. So it's just the aspect of like some radio kind of grabs, music that you kind of listen to in like a makeshift kind of sense past like 7 o'clock p.m. pitches like that. It's like the night shift starts to shift in, pitches like that. Just kind of some feeling froggy kind of Wingstop and Sierra Mist type music, pitches like that. Definitely within pitch. It's kind of within the commonplace. I'm not as full bunch here if Sierra Mist is still completely around, pitches like that. Definitely within a certain type fray. It might have been replaced with Starry. I don't remember. Last I checked, it was replaced with Starry. those particular fairs. They're definitely tasty within those aspects. Not I'm recommending Sierra Mist more so than the product, and not recommending it, but it's this kind of pitch I just don't know is commonplace, because I just don't know it's commonplace. But last I checked, but definitely for places where you would get Wingstop and drinks like Sierra Mist within the product, if they still have a pitch like that, or Starry, some of those type ones, but definitely within the Ordeal. It's a good type of product for some of those, just restaurant scene kind of products. Just plenty of these on here, say, or Rat-a-tat, Rat-a-tat, Death Valley, The Mighty Fall, just one yesterday, Where Did the Party Go, Young Volcanoes, some of these type ones, The Phoenix, good pitches like that. I don't know if I talked about Missing You, but this is nice as well. Missing You, it's like a dope 80s kind of new wave and disco kind of dance club gleam. Missing You is a nice one as well. It's like a dope 80s kind of new wave and disco dance club kind of gleam as far as these pitches can happen. Definitely some 2000s kind of MySpace vibes as well. This is a good nice one to bass to with Bella's pitches like that, and just the standard socialize of folks out and around pitches like that, and this good toasting type one with an aspect just toast and banquet to like the good times as far as those pitch can happen. Just miss the Ordeal, just appreciating like the scenery and weather and sights as far as those pitch can happen. Just that the product and the conduct of it. It's kind of some embellished, just a miss like the standard kind of. It's kind of miss the embellished, like the relative kind of elegant and just ballroom type dancing pitches like that. Miss some of those type of ordeals. It's kind of more, a little bit more dress night pitches like that. Some of those type of ordeals, I mean, they kind of go in between. It's just kind of the fashion, whether it would just be kind of more faceted type dance clubs, or just miss the pitch, this restaurant type scene that's just playing more consistent kind of pop rock within those ordeals. But this is a healthy taste, like dance kind of nightlife pitch like that. Kind of goes for some of these type ones. Just a little bit more traditional pop within the aspect. I mean, it does get reckless, definitely within the Ordeal, but it's just kind of fair. It's not as much full bound healthy, but this kind of has the pitch of this having like enough kind of commercial. It's the aspect where this album was kind of popular enough where they got to in 2007, 2008, where some of this is kind of more within a relative kind of day fair type healthiness with the aspect where it's kind of the same complex where you would think of like more traditional kind of pop, like folks love this. You know, like Britney Spears and folks like that within those aspects, NSYNC and those type of products. I mean, it's not as full bound healthy, but this kind of aspect that it may not just be entirely kind of to the ferocity full bound of getting shit faced with no Ordeal, but it's just spices thrown in within those pitches as far as those fairs can happen. Definitely has the aspect on here. This is kind of an SFW kind of dance club album within the pitch behind, so definitely nails the appeal. When I say SFW, it's not the pitch as far as saying that it's entirely SFW, but it has traces where it can be. So it's this kind of pitch, just a possible SFW. That'd probably be the better fare. But look, I'm trying to think of some other type ones I haven't talked about on here. I think possibly that's particularly it. So yeah, as these fairs kind of happen, 10 out of 10 album, just looking at the phrase as far as these pitches kind of go. I think I did talk about just one yesterday. Yeah, I talked about that. I talked about Where Did the Party Go. This within the fair. It's a 10 out of 10 album. Social Score is going to go ahead and get a 10 out of 10 as well. I just feel like the popularity that Fall Out Boy kind of had, this is really kind of a surprising type one within pitch, because most of the time the 2000s bands that kind of had their notoriety kind of grafted off and kind of went on a downhill type slump by this particular stage. Minus maybe like Foo Fighters, that was another one that translated pretty well with like the 2010s pitch like that. But it's just kind of some fairs, but this is one that continued like its popularity compared to folks like Limp Bizkit and in certain senses Korn. Linkin Park kind of switched their styles up, some of these type pitches, kind of the aspects, some other type ones. AFI kind of got like some band member changes, some of these type folks, and 3 Days Grace, some of these type folks in particular, just some differential type aspects. Breaking Benjamin, some of these type folks, but it's kind of the pitch. It's classic, notable type album, commercializes emo even further, just another victory lap for them as far as these fairs can happen. Social Score, I think I was talking about the Social Score just here, but yeah, the Social Score gets a 10 out of 10. There's plenty of dance club and evening scene type rumbles, pitches like that, going from like ballroom and kind of healthier type fits to just more punch bowl type noise, having like some relative kind of red cups, getting a solid enough amount of drink in your system, some chip nights and tortilla chips, fairs like that, some good mingle within the dance floor, so some good mingle within the evening scene. Some good mingle within the evening scene, definitely picking up tortilla chips and salsa, some of the stuff aspect standard fares to just appetizers out and around. A couple makeshift songs on here on top of that with like some weekday kind of commerce and like an emo touchdown. So good type pitch. 10 social, definitely banner type appeal. In terms of the future, like Fall Out Boy, they might have dropped some recent type stuff. I know they dropped at least in the 2020s. I think they possibly dropped an album in 2023 or 2024. It's been some recent type relative type fare. Patrick Stump and these folks definitely have some extra type products about it. So some good type fare. I'm going to get to some more of these. I am going to get to their 2003 album eventually, pitches like that. Some of these further type ones. So excellent type pitches. There's more Fall Out Boy on the way. Good fares like that. But this is definite kind of. It's definitely kind of a. It's definitely kind of a prompt and surprising classic, I'd say here, that's inspired and just did that bucks some trends and popular beliefs about them within those fares.